Greetings, I'm Bairnt and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. Today we're going to start a playthrough of Bloodborne, the board game by Cool Mini or Not. I'm really excited to start playing this game. It took me a while to get the figures all painted, but now that they're all painted, I'm ready to take on Bloodborne and I think it's going to be an absolute blast. Now this is going to be played with two characters and I'm actually going to be joined by Colin from the One-Stop Co-op Shop. It's going to be an absolute blast to record with him again. It's just so much fun. We always have a great time doing it. It's an honor to be able to work with him again and I'm super excited to show this game to you. So in this video, we're going to go ahead, set it up. We're also going to go ahead, show you the campaign we're going to do and the characters we're going to have. Then after all that, we're going to go ahead and start playing Bloodborne. Oh, I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and start setting it up. The first thing we have to do is choose a campaign, and I had requested people to tell me in the unboxing video which one they would like to see. And the ones we could have chose from was The Long Hunt, Growing Madness, Secrets of the Church, and The Fall of Yaharn. And then I have gone ahead and looked through them all, and I actually got a really cool comment from somebody that helped out a lot. They had said that The Long Night and Secrets of the Church have been ones that people have played a lot on camera already, so we're going to do this one. I don't know anything about any of the four of them, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can make it through this. Now, if you're looking for The Long Hunt, there's a lot of videos out there. The Secrets of the Church was actually done by Ready Steady Play, so go ahead and check that out. I'm going to put a link to it in the description of this video as well, so you can see other different videos out there that have gone through and played through Bloodborne. Now, of course, this deck right here is the campaign just for this campaign, and we're not going to mess with this deck at all. We're going to keep it just as it is, and we're going to see what befalls our brave hunters. After selecting the campaign, you're going to go ahead and grab the hunter's dashboard. Each hunter is going to have one of these. Now, of course, we're playing with two. I'm going to demonstrate a lot of the stuff on this one, but I will show you our other hunter as well. Now, on this hunter's dashboard, first, we're going to go ahead and select our trick weapon. That's going to be the actual character you're going to use. And Colin is going to be playing the Threaded Cane. That's going to be his character. And the Threaded Cane has 3 different attacks that can be made with the cane. And you're going to be using cards to signify the different attacks that they do. And you'll see how that works during the playthrough. Now, of course, on the back side, there is another set of attacks that this Threaded Cane can do. And you're going to be going back and forth between these 2 different types of attacking weapons as you play through the game. And you'll see that in action. Also, every player starts with 6 hit points. We're going to go ahead and put our 6 hit points right up here. Now, the blood echoes is going to remain empty. That is going to be where we're going to be gaining, well, basically blood echoes from whenever we destroy enemies, or if something else during the campaign tells us to gain some blood echoes. These are, of course, going to be used to upgrade our hunter's deck that you'll see momentarily. Then you're going to go ahead and grab the miniature. Here's the miniature for the Threaded Cane. It doesn't come painted. I have painted it up myself, and she is all set to go. I'm going to put that right there. Finally, the last thing we're going to do is grab the firearm. Everyone gets a firearm, and you're going to grab the one that is signified by your character. And just like the miniature showed, she's got a huge cannon. And it says, may be used to make the following attack. So she's going to be able to make this kind of attack with this cannon. Once that's done, you flip the card, and it'll tell you how you can get this cannon back. There's 2 different ways. One, the hunter's turn, you can discard 2 cards to refresh it. Or if whenever your character dies, you're going to be sent to the hunter's dream. And at that time, you could go ahead and flip over your cannon and also reset your character up. The hunter's dream, there's 2 ways to get there. One, you can choose to go there, where you could spend your blood echoes to actually gain more cards for your deck. Or 2, if you just die, you go there. That's just how it goes. In this game, if you die, you are not out. The only real way to lose in this game is if your timer runs out. And you'll see that in just a moment. So we've gone ahead and set up the Threaded Cane. The only thing we have left to do is get her deck out. To create our hunter's deck, we're going to go ahead and grab 3 of each of these cards. We have skill, endurance, strength, and vitality, and we're going to get 3 of these, and every one of these is exactly the same. They're all going to say stagger on here. Not a single one of these is different. So every hunter starts with the exact same deck. So we're going to go ahead and grab 3 of these stagger cards, which when used, it's going to go ahead and cancel the opposing attack with a slower speed, completely preventing all effects and damage from that attack. That's when this is played during an attack, and you'll see how that works during the playthrough. Next, we have our dodge. We're going to take 3 of those. You can go ahead and dodge an attack if you have a slot open on your trick weapon. Then, of course, you're going to clear the slot. You'll also get your basic 3 of those. That's just going to add 1 damage to whatever attack you are doing. And the last one is our endurance cards. They're going to go ahead, vitality cards, and they're going to make you draw a card if played in one of the trick slot areas. Now that we have all 12 of these cards, we're going to go ahead and give them a good old truffle shuffle, and they're going to be all set to be used for our hunter when we play our game. And of course, the back of these is all the same. Now, you're going to be able to gain different cards, of course, going to the hunter's dream. At this point, I'm going to take 3 more of each of these so that we can give them to our next hunter that we're going to see. Oh, I'm pretty excited for this one. This is the one I'm really excited to play. So we're going to go ahead and put these with him. We're going to take that hunter's 12 cards, again, give them a little truffle shuffle here, and put them down on the side next to the board. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready for our trick weapon, and here's the one I'm going to play. Super pumped for this. I'm going to play this guy, the Logaris's Wheel. Oh, this guy looks awesome. I've gone ahead and painted him up. Look at him, he's absolutely amazing. This guy looks so cool. Look at that wheel. I'm super excited to play with this guy. So we're going to go ahead and put him right here. He's got his cards right there. He, of course, is going to get his 6 hit points, just like our threaded cane. He doesn't get any blood echoes, but he does start with a hunter's pistol. When an enemy makes a basic attack, automatically stagger that enemy. And of course, when used, you flip it over, and I only have to discard 1 card to refresh it. I guess reloading a pistol is a little bit easier than reloading a cannon, which makes a lot of sense. We're going to put that right up there. Now, what this means is that the enemies, when I show them to you, are going to be doing different attacks against us. And of course, when you use the basic attack, I get to stagger it. You'll see how that works during the playthrough. Both of our hunters are ready to go. Let's continue on with the setup. Next, we're going to move over to the hunt board and get that all set up. First, we're going to go ahead and take our first chapter card and put it right here. This is just going to be a placeholder for now. You would normally read the chapter 1 card right here and place it down when you're actually starting your hunt, but we're going to do that when we actually start the playthrough. I'm just showing you how to set the game up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take all of our upgrade cards, which are right here, a huge stack of these cards, and they don't stand up very well over here, and if they cause me chaos and problems, I might just go ahead and place them down in 2 different stacks. But you're going to go ahead and draw the first 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to place them down here, and we're going to be able to upgrade our characters with these cards from the Hunter's Dream after, of course, taking out some enemies. So the cards that we got are Cheap Shot, Stagger. If an enemy in your space uses an ability, discard from hand, deal them 2 damage. So this is going to be one of those skill cards. Instead of it just staggering like our basic card, it does some more extra stuff. Next, we've got Poised. It's going to do an extra damage, but on top of that, you cannot suffer, stagger, or stun when that card is played. Next, we have Leaping. I can do 1 extra damage, may make a move action before using this card to attack. So again, more stuff on top of what you can do. For example, here's a dodge. Normally this is all you get, but this card will give you, when used to move 3 spaces. You can always use a card to do actions other than fighting, and that's how you're going to move around the game. For example, I can discard this to normally move 2 spaces. This one will help me move 3. Or Colin, of course, whoever decides to buy that upgrade card. With those done, we'll move into the next step. Next, we're going to take our consumables, give them a good old little truffle shuffle here, and place them down next to those cards. We're going to take all of our reward cards, which are these. We're not going to shuffle these up. We're just going to place them here because when it asks us to grab one, we can just take one from the deck when able to. Then, of course, we have a whole bunch of other tokens. For example, we have our echo tokens and things. We're going to put those next to us so they're readily available. Lastly, we're going to take the Hunt Track token, place it right down here. And as you go through the turns, you're going to move this up. When it hits these red spaces, things are going to happen. Most of the time, our enemies respawn, but also other things might happen based on your actual campaign. Every campaign comes with a setup card, and this is going to be ours right here. It's going to show us the 3 enemies that are going to take these 3 slots right here. Then it's going to show me the tiles that have to be in our deck, and then how many random tiles are going to take based on the number of hunters. That's what this symbol says. Since we have 2 hunters, we'll be taking 4 random tiles, and we're going to add these all to a stack. I'll show you that shortly. Then, of course, there are some special rules for this campaign, and they're going to be found on card 1. And we're going to go ahead and look at that in just a second, but we're going to first get our enemies. We have the female beast patient here. It has 3 health right up here, so if we do 3 or more health, it'll kill this person off. It has a basic attack, a special attack, and an ability attack. And these are going to be done randomly based on a card deck that all the different monsters are going to use. They all use the same one. Bosses will use their own deck, but each of these enemies right here will have their own, be using the same deck. For example, now each one of these are going to do different attacks though based on those. So if this person grabbed the basic card out of there, it would have a medium speed attack doing 2 damage called Claw Slash, if I can say the word claw. We're going to put that one right there. Then our second enemy is going to be the male beast patient, another 3 health creature that has these. Now, of course, these are dual-sided, and I just randomly pick them out as to which ones we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and put that one there. I don't know anything about these monsters, if they're good or bad or what. And then, of course, we have our Scourge Beast. This guy's terrible. He's got 4 health, so he's a little bit stronger. Now, again, like I said, I haven't fought any of these, so I don't know which ones are hard and which ones are not. But we'll see how it goes during our playthrough. So we have our enemies there. Then we're going to go ahead and take our miniatures. Each one come with miniatures. Here is the female beast patient. And again, I've painted these up myself. They don't come like this at all. We're going to put all of them around the board so they're easily accessed. There's 4 of each of these enemies. So those are the female beast patient. Then, of course, we have the male beast patient. Here's one of them. I painted him up like this. They just kind of look like that. I don't know, they're gray. They're gray. So I'm going to put those out on the board as well, readily available for us to grab. The last one we have is going to be our Scourge Beast. He's right here. Kind of looks like a giant, like, I don't know, almost a cross between a werewolf and a rat or something. So he's right here. Now, I will also say I have never played the actual video game, so I don't know how actually represented this game is to the video game, but I'm excited to play it because I don't know, just the idea of it really caught my attention. I'm really excited to try this out, and it might actually get me to play the video game. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. All right, that is going to be our hunt board setup. It is all set to go, and we're getting so close to starting this adventure. Before we move on to getting the tiles ready, I do want to show you that enemy action deck. So this deck is exactly the same, and it consists of 3 basic attacks, 2 special attacks, and 1 ability attack. Now, knowing what's in this deck is actually a key component to this game and the tactics you're going to lay out in front of yourself. Of course, starting, you're not going to know what they're going to do, but after you draw 3 or 4 cards out of this deck, you have a pretty good idea of what might be coming, so you can plan your tactics accordingly. Now, of course, you only shuffle this deck if there are no cards available to draw, or if anything in the campaign tells you otherwise. So we're going to go ahead and place that deck right there. Continuing with our setup, we're going to go ahead and get our tiles. We have to get the alleyway, courtyard, lamp, graveyard, occupied house, and ransacked house. So I have those all right here: ransacked house, occupied house, graveyard, courtyard, lamp, and our alleyway. I have all of those, and then we have to choose 4 random ones, and I've gone ahead and grabbed 4 random ones. So we're going to go ahead and take all of these, shuffle them up so we don't know exactly where anything is, and these are going to be the tiles you draw as you move throughout the game. Giving them a good old truffle shuffle so we don't know where anything is. We're going to set those aside. Of course, we all are going to start on the central lamp tile. That's the tile that we always start on when we start the game. There is an interact action that we could take using one of our cards. We could discard it to do this. On the central lamp space, teleport to any lamp space or inside any fog gate, and you'll see how that works during the playthrough. But for now, that is where our characters start, and we can start in any one of the 3 lamp spaces. For now, I'm just going to start us both off in the middle. Now, of course, that may change once Colin and I discuss our tactics. But during the setup, that's where we're going to start. And of course, then I've got one of these lamp tokens. These are from part of the stretch goal box, so if you get the base game without any of the stretch goals, that is not going to be part of it. Also, I have these neat chests that are going to be used for our consumables. I painted them up as well. Of course, nothing comes painted. Also, I want to mention that my character, the one with the wheel, is also from the expansion set as well. So this character is not found in the base game, but this one is. The threaded cane is part of the base game, so you will get that character, but you won't get this one unless you find a stretch goals box. So that's going to be the setup for our tiles, and we're getting really close. The campaign progresses through our deck of cards, not through any type of book or anything like that. So we've done our Chapter 1 setup. There's Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. We're not going to be doing those, but we do have our Chapter 1 card. But first, we're going to read the introduction to our campaign. Spiraling below the cathedral ward lies the hamlet known as Old Yarnham. Far removed, the town lies isolated from the greater city. Recently, however, rumors have emerged of a strange sickness, different from that of the beast plague, spreading through the streets. A group of hunters, notably those of the Powder Kegs Covenant, were sent to investigate. Time has passed, and none have returned. Thus, we have been dispatched to discover what fate has befallen them. Once that is read, we're going to continue on to our Chapter 1 setup card. And it says special rules are going to be found on card 1. And if we flip this over, it says the Chapter 1 mission, start of the hunt, reveal card 2. Also, if any of this happens, end a move on the courtyard lamp tile, reveal card 10. If we end our move in the occupied house, reveal card 13, and when the hunt track reaches the first red space, mark it with an insight token and reveal card 15. So that's something that's going to be happening during this campaign of some kind. Now it also said I should look at card 1. So we're going to go ahead and reveal card 1. It says Antidote. While in the hunter's dream, hunters may discard one consumable and replace it with the antidote card from the consumable deck or discard pile. Shuffle the deck afterwards. So I'm going to guess there's going to be a lot of poison we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to set this card aside as well to know that we can do that. Next, we're going to start the hunt by revealing card number 2. Oh, here's our mission. It says the hunt mission, missing powder kegs. Entering the old hamlet, you find its buildings and homes in disarray and neglect. An eerie quiet seemingly overtaking its streets, while far less populated than the rest of Yanarm. This was once a thriving town, but you would almost swear it has been abandoned. To continue our mission, we have to end a move on the alleyway tile, and then we're going to reveal card 3. So we have a lot of different things going on. We're going to go ahead and set these all next to our hunt board. And that's the setup to Bloodborne, the board game by Colin or Not. We're all set to start our hunt. We've got our threaded cane and we've got Lord Garrus's wheel. We're all set to do this. Oh, I'm super excited to see where this campaign makes us go and what we are able to find. If you're excited to see if our characters can make it through the fall of Old Yarnum, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.
It's your master plan to fill me up with all your energy. It's your master plan to set me up against your enemies. I was on my way home, on my way home. I was on my way home, on my way home.
For Threaded Cane, I've decided to choose the stagger can affect enemy attacks at the same speed. Normally, your stagger effects can only go into effect if you're attacking faster than the enemy, so this means I can actually stagger them, which means they can't attack me back if I'm at the same speed as them, which is pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and grab our first card, and we have our just basic draw 1, and then our second card will be a basic stagger, and our third one over here we also have a basic stagger.
For Logarius' wheel, the side I've chosen is this one with the on-attack heal 1. So when my attack fires off, I get to heal 1, which is going to be great because, well, as you can tell, I attack pretty slow. A 2 and a 1, that's the speed of your attacks. The more arrows you have, the faster you go. This guy goes pretty slow. I'm going to go ahead and grab 3 cards. And the cards we got are Dodge, that'll probably help us out. We also got a Draw 1 and a basic attack, which is going to give us a +1 damage when we actually make the attack. And you'll see how that works hopefully pretty soon.
Can you blame him for attacking slow with a wheel?
It's a giant wheel,
It's a giant wheel, man.
Moving into our player actions, these are all the different actions we can perform, and each uses a card to do. You can either move to, interact with the area of the map you're on, you can transform your weapon, which means you're going to be able to flip to that other side, or at any time you can go to the Hunter's Dream to potentially level up your characters if you have any blood echoes, but of course when you do go there, it's going to cause more time to happen. And of course when you get to the end of that time track, you lose the game. So you don't want to go there all that often. And of course we can also attack with our cards. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to perform a move 2. Now to use our move action, we're going to go ahead and discard a card. Now you don't get the draw 1 from the discarding the card to use it. You only get these powers when you use them as part of your attack. So I will not be drawing 1, but I will be moving 2 spaces. And we're going to start by moving 1 up here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw our next tile, and we have found a ransacked house. So we're going to go ahead and put that down.
Wait, there's 2 enemies on it?
Oh, yeah.
And 2 treasure chests?
Oh yeah, we're going to
Come on, man. But that looks like a dead end.
Now when we go to populate this tile, we're going to go and populate it with 2 of our consumable tokens, and then we're going to populate with the monsters that are placed in these spots on our board. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. Looking at the spots on the map, we're going to be spawning a female beast patient, and we're also going to be spawning a scourge beast. So we're going to grab 1 of each of those minis and place them out on the map. First, we're going to go ahead and take our Scourge Beast. He's right here, giant looking, I don't know, half rat, half dog thing, I guess. We're going to put him right here. And then, of course, we have our female beast patient, looking pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of that one. And we're going to go put those two monsters there. Now, we also have to put down our consumables, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab a couple chests. And, of course, I didn't really know what these were, so I just painted them all different colors. We're going to put them right here and right here. Now, I do have to move into that space because that's where I chose to go, except I'm going to use the right guy. We're going to use my guy. We're going to put him right there. Now, I could move into this space and maybe attempt to attack those characters. With my other movement, I am going to go in here and try to take down some of these enemies. We'll see if I can do it. Let's go ahead and check out combat. Now with my wheel, I only really have two different speeds I can go, medium and slow. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play our basic attack. That's going to give us +1 damage. We're going to play it in our slow space right here. Now that is going to be taking up this spot. And the only way to get rid of this card is to either flip your trick weapon or go to the Hunter's Dream and you can clear your dashboard here. But we're going to be doing 4 damage to this monster, but we have to see what it's going to do to us. Now the enemy deck is consisted of 6 different cards, and we're going to see which one he pulls to find out what he does. He's going to do his special attack. So we're going to look at it, and his special is a 4 damage attack, but it goes really slow. It's going to go the same speed as us. It's going to stun me, and it cannot be dodged. Oh, this is going to be a devastating blow. So both our attacks are happening at the same time. He's going to do 4 damage to me. I'm down to 2. We might be seeing what the Hunter's Dream is really quick here. I also got stunned, so I have to discard a card, which is terrible. But I do get to do 4 damage. And of course, our Scourge Beast only has 4 health. So we have actually defeated the Scourge Beast. That is half the battle, which means we're going to gain a Blood Echo. And since I have no more cards, that's the end of my turn, and we're going to move into enemy activations. We're going to go ahead and remove the Scourge Beast, but of course we still have the female patient here is ready to take us out. We're going to go ahead and see what her attack is. She gets to activate now that we have completed our actions. We're going to see what she's going to do. She's going to try to attack me. That's the deal. She got a special. Guess what? We're going to see what the Hunter's Dream's all about. So here's the deal. This person is going to do a medium speed 3 damage attack, which is going to poison, stun, and it cannot be dodged. Okay, so dodge cards are not very amazing. Sadly, I only have 2 left, which means my character has kicked the bucket in the first round. This is a great way to start, huh, Colin?
Yes, it is. Typical Bairnt way.
That's right. I'm going to go over to the Hunter's Dream, and sadly, when you die, you lose all of your blood echoes, meaning I don't get to bring this with me. And of course, she gets to dance the happy dance of I just destroyed a hunter. Now, of course, it's never the end for the hunters. They do get to come back. Moving into the Hunter's Dream, there's a few things you have to do, but the first thing I have to do is I forgot to grab my on attack heal 1, which is the whole purpose I took this card. The sad thing is it wouldn't have mattered. I only would have healed up to 3, and that female beast patient did do 3 damage when it attacked me, so I still would have ended up with the Hunter's Dream. Oh well. First thing you're going to do, move up the time track, and of course, if it ever reaches the top, you're done. And that's the end. You have to start the campaign all over again. Now, if you had any of the Blood Echoes, you could choose to upgrade your cards. Of course, like I said, we came here the wrong way, so we don't get to do that. The next thing you get to do is, of course, clear your weapon, your trick weapon, and put all the cards back into your stack of 12. So you have them all again to start at the beginning when you come back out of the Hunter's Dream. And if you ever did use your ranged weapon, if it's on the side that has to be reloaded, you get to reload that, of course, being in the Hunter's Dream as well. So kind of like it's starting from fresh, but of course you lose some time, and I don't like to be here any more than you do. The last thing we're going to do is go ahead and grab back our 6 health and hopefully not lose them as fast as we did last time.
After seeing what just happened to Bairnt, I'm pretty pissed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this basic draw 1 card, discard it, so I can move 2 spaces. I'm going to move 2 spaces here. Let's go ahead and attack this female beast patient. Instead of playing a card, I think I'm going to use my cannon. I want to blow this gal to bits. So this cannon, it is slow, but it says maybe used to make the following attack. Slow, 3 damage. She only has 3 health. That's going to blow her up, but we're going to have to see what she's going to do. So we'll go ahead and draw the top enemy activation card that we have here, and we have the ability card. Well, that ability really stinks. It's called Ashen Blood. If Hunter's attack deals any wounds, no, of course it doesn't, or maybe it does 3, they must dodge or suffer that much and poison. So I am going to take 3 damage, and I'm going to get poisoned, which means at the beginning of each of my turns I'm going to take 1 damage, but I did still destroy her. Well, 3 health is half of my health. Ouch. And I'm going to place this here to remind myself at the beginning of each turn I'm going to take a damage. I am going to grab one of these echo tokens, so hopefully I can level up. Let's go ahead and get this female patient out of here. See ya. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stagger card, just discard it so I can pick up those 2 consumables. That is the interact action that I'm doing. So I'll actually remove both of these from the board, and that means I get to draw 2 consumable cards. Let's see what these are. So our first one will be the Numbing Mist. On attack, enemy attacks lose all effects. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And the Pungent Blood Cocktail. 1 non-boss enemy within 2 spaces doesn't activate. That's also awesome. I'm really glad I have these. Unfortunately with this tile, you can see there's no exits, and it's not one of the locations we need to get to. We're just going to keep on moving. I've got 1 card left. I'll go ahead and use this basic stagger, discard it to move 2. I'm going to move myself right back into the central lamp area. And that's the end of my turn. Now enemies would activate, but thanks to Bairnt, we've taken them all out. So we'll move to the end of the round.
At this point, we're going to go ahead and move our time track up and move into the next round. At the beginning of a round, of course, we're going to draw our 3 cards. I've gotten a basic draw 1, basic attack, and a stagger. Let's see if these do any better for me.
And I have over here a basic with the +1 attack, a dodge, and another stagger.
Also, when I'm going to spawn on the map, I get to choose what side of my trick weapon I want, and I am going to stay on the one that heals. Hopefully it'll help me this time. Coming back from the Hunter's Dream, I have to be placed anywhere that has a lamp symbol. So, well, I'm going to start back at the central lamp. There's Colin's guy over there. Hey, how's it going? We're going to go ahead now and start. I'm going to move by getting rid of the stagger card because we all know I'm not going to be staggering anything with 2 and 3 speed attacks. North was terrible. I'm going to go this way. 1 and 2, we're going to reveal that tile over there, and let's see what we have found. We have found the courtyard lamp. So I'm going to go ahead and place this tile. Now, I can place it in any direction I want, as long, of course, I'm not placing it illegally because I can't leave that tile. We're going to place it just like this. I think that's going to be awesome. And we're going to go ahead and place a lamp there. And I do have to move into this space, and there are no enemies to spawn here. So that was 1, 2, that was 1 action. One of the things for our chapter states, when you end a move on the courtyard lamp, I'm going to be revealing card number 10. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Infected townsfolk. Now this is an insight mission, so this is something that's taking place inside of our actual hunt. This is really cool. So we have an infected townsfolk, and it says, entering the courtyard, you see a mass of townfolk congregating in the open area. While you make moves to evade them, one notices you and shouts, alerting the others. Soon the mob descends upon you, torches and weapons at the ready. So we're going to reveal card 11, surround the courtyard lamp with a fog gate. Then we're going to spawn 1 hunter mob on its lamp, and then it will respawn on this space whenever we hit one of those red markers. Now to complete this mission, we have to slay the hunter mobs. Now let's go ahead and look at the hunter mob. It's right here. He has 4 health. He has a basic attack that does 2, a slow attack that does 4, and it stuns, and of course he can throw some Molotov cocktails. Why not? If you're a hunter mob, you need some Molotov cocktails for your party. We're also going to go ahead and reveal card 11, and it says Infected. Place 2 insight tokens on this card. If 3+ hunters, place 1 additional token. So we only have 2, so we're going to be putting 2 tokens on this, and it says, when the hunter mob would be slain, instead remove 1 token and heal all damage from it. The tokens are returned whenever we hit this symbol. So let's try to take this guy out before that happens, and replace the basic attack with a new basic attack card. It's going to be a medium speed at 2 damage, and if the hunter is already poisoned, their attacks and dodges suffer -1 speed. You ready for this?
Are you going to die again?
I think so. The first thing we have to do is put down fog gates. So where we're going to put these is we're going to put these in front of every exit from this tile. Now these fog gates are super cool, not cool. What they're going to do is they're going to surround the hunters, and it's also going to go ahead and break our lamp. Now why this is important is because now we can't spawn in from the hunter's dream. We can only spawn in from there. Now hunters can walk through the fog from here to enter the tile, but I cannot leave. And if Colin comes in, he also cannot leave that unless we go to the hunter's dream. Also, this is technically kind of a special tile. Other enemies can't walk into this tile, and no enemy that would normally spawn on this tile would spawn until this is taken care of. And then, of course, we have to spawn our hunter's mob. Oh, it's totally great. I have had a chance to actually paint up a lot of this game. I didn't know what monsters were going to be fighting this, except for the ones that were chosen for the actual mission. And I, well, sadly didn't know these guys were coming in. So here we go. We're going to try to take these guys real quick so we can get the gray off the board. We're going to see what we can do to this giant souped up hunter mob. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our basic attack to do 1 damage on my slam. So that's going to be 4. Now he only has 4 health. So we're going to be able to take at least one of these tokens out, but not before he attacks. But there are only 3 cards left in here, and the deck consists of 3 basic, 2 specials, and 1 ability. So since we got super unlucky at the beginning of the game, we're going to get super lucky at this point of the game. We know that these are basic attacks. Now normally I'd be all souped up for his basic attacks, only does 2, but this one is going to do 2 damage and it's going to poison me. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a poison token and take 2 damage, which isn't the end of the world because I'm going to go ahead and attack him now, being able to heal once this attack goes forth. And I'm going to do 4 damage with my slam, removing one of our tokens, which is awesome. Then we're going to go ahead and play our second card to do 3 damage slam attack on him. So we're going to do another 3 damage and I get to draw a card. So let's see what card we've got. We got a dodge card. This might actually be the super card. Now, of course, we're going to go ahead and know that he is doing a basic attack again, meaning this time I'm going to go ahead and use my hunter pistol that says when an enemy makes a basic attack, automatically stagger the enemy. I'm going to flip that over, meaning we're going to have to try to use a card to refresh it if I want to. Now, his attack is a medium attack, which means it is going to go before me, but I staggered him, so he's not going to do any damage to us. Moving into our attack, I'm going to go ahead and heal 1, bringing me all the way back up to 6. And I'm going to do 3 damage to him, meaning we're going to go ahead and put 3 damage. I'm going to put it on the card. Normally you put it next to the mini, but since we're all right here, I'm just going to put it right down on the card. When we move back to the board, I'll put it there. That's going to be the end of my turn. I'm done. Now that means the hunter mob is now going to activate. He's going to activate by playing his basic attack. What do you know? Surprise, surprise. And he's going to go ahead and use the 2 speed attack that's going to do 2 damage. And if I'm poisoned, their attacks and dodges suffer -1 speed. Oh man, I didn't even know. I forgot about the fact that my dodge is going to suffer -1. You know what? I'm not going to end my turn. I'm actually going to use this as an attack. Let's just take these guys out. I'm going to go ahead and play this in here, which then clears the slot, but I still have performed my bash attack for 2. So it's going to go off at the same time since our speeds are the same, simultaneously attacking. But I am going to suffer -1 because, of course, of their actual poison ability here. So their damage is going to go through first, doing 2 damage to me. Then I'm going to be able to do my 2 damage back, being able to have done a total of 5 damage, clearing this token. They are done for, which means that now that there are none of these on here, we're going to go on to the next part of that mission. For defeating that hunter mob, we're going to go ahead and gain a blood echo. I believe that's how it works. Even though they're kind of a special mob, we still defeated the mob. So we're going to go ahead and grab a blood echo. And of course, when I made my attack, I get to heal. So I'm again going to heal. We're going to take our Fall of Yaranam card 12 and read it. It's a mysterious symptoms. Distribute the elven firearm among the hunters. It says, inspecting the corpses of the fallen, you notice something strange. Well, some sickness has been indeed ravaged them. The sores and pale gray skin are not the usual trappings of the beast plague. Could it be some new illness has manifested itself? We'll have to find out. But first, I'm going to grab this firearm and we're going to take a look at it. Here's our new firearm. It's the Evelyn. And it says here, when an enemy makes a basic attack, automatically staggered enemy. So it's exactly the same as mine. And it can, what's this? I can go ahead and refresh it by discarding a card or a blood echo. So that's a little bit different. And you can go ahead and equip these when you pick these up. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and trade out this firearm. Now I get to keep this and I can put it over to the side. And I can change that out when we move to different chapters. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and keep using that. And now that we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Moving back over here, you may notice there's a mini missing, and I didn't even want to keep it there anymore. We're going to go ahead and remove that token and put our lamp back on, and we are also able to get rid of all of the obscuring fog that we have. Also, since we used all the cards, we're going to go ahead and shuffle this deck up. We'd normally shuffle up and we go ahead and draw our next card for our enemies, but I'm just going to do it right now since we have it with us, and that's going to be the end of my turn. We're going to move over to Colin.
Moving to my turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard my basic stagger card here to be able to move 2 spaces. I'm going to move 1 space into here and explore. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a tile. Let's see what we have. we have the alleyway tile. So with this alleyway tile, I've got 2 doors, so I guess it doesn't matter which way I put it. I'll put it this way. And I think an alleyway card is one of the cards that we need for our hunt. You can see here, end a move on the alleyway tile and reveal card 3. So let's go ahead and move ourselves into here and then reveal card 3. And Bairnt explained to me that it's the end of my movement that I read this card. I definitely want to move into this space. I'm hoping to potentially take out that Scourge enemy if it does show up. Now let's go ahead and read card 3. And we have the hunt mission, Missing Powder Kegs. Entering the row of houses, you see the form of a hunter slumped against a wall. Even from this distance, his many wounds are plain. Standing before him is a beast, claws raised to strike. Place 1 survivor token on the alleyway space, and I can interact with that survivor to reveal card 4. However, I can't interact while the enemy's there unless I want to get attacked by that Scourge Beast where I can't dodge. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's put that Scourge Beast here, and we'll place our token right here. With this attack, I'm going to use my basic with my +1 damage here. Now I'm going to be super slow for the attack, so I'm doing a total of 4 damage. Remember, that's all we need for this Scourge Beast. Let's see what he's going to do to me. He's going to do his ability. So if we look at his ability here, at slow speed, before Hunter's attack, spawn 1 Scourge Beast in this space. Really? Really? Okay, so we're going to have to place another Scourge Beast in that same space because I am attacking at the same level, at the same speed, but I will do 4 damage and take this guy out. So this guy is toast. Unfortunately, I will place him right back on the board, but I do get another Blood Echo. With that terrible draw, I was really hoping to actually use this dodge, but with only 2 health, I don't want to lose those 2 Blood Echoes. So I'm going to go ahead and just discard this dodge card, and that will allow me to then move to the Hunter's Dream. And unlike when Bairnt moved there, I'm not moving there when I died, so I'll actually get to use my Blood Echoes, because, you know, I'm cool like that. Now, the first thing that happens when you go to the Hunter's Dream, you spend 1 time. Yeah, I'm pushing us up to losing the game, but whenever you do go to that Hunter's Dream and you haven't died, you have to use your 2 or as many Blood Echoes as you have, which is a maximum of 3. I have a total of 2, so I can buy 2 cards. Before that though, I am going to remove the poison that I have and heal myself up to full. So I'm now at 6 health again. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 cards, and the first one that I'm really interested in is this dash. So it's a dodge, and it says clear the slot. When used to move, you can actually move 3 spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Now I have to remove a card from my deck. So it's a really cool deck builder that you actually will stay optimized. You're not just throwing more junk into it. You're going to make it better. So I am going to get rid of this draw 1 basic card. Gone. Not going to use that. Then I'll replenish that with this card here. And that one is, we see +1 on kill, draw 1, heal 1. Whoa, I'm just going to put that right into my hand. Thank you, Bairnt, for giving me that one. And I'm going to get rid of this basic draw 1. And then we'll replenish our second card here. And it's a dodge. After dodge, deal 2 damage to that enemy. Oh, I want that one too. There's so many great cards. This is wonderful. Okay, so now I have those 2 additional cards into my entire action deck. And I'll shuffle them up and I'm ready to go for the next round. One more thing I'm going to do is use this card. It says, while in the Hunter's Dream, hunters may discard 1 consumable and replace it with 1 antidote card from the consumable deck or discard pile. So that means I'm going to discard my Numbing Mist to go ahead and claim the antidote card, which allows me to draw 1 card and I can remove poison, because these guys poison us like nobody's business.
We're going to go ahead and move our time track up, and we have hit one of our red spaces. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. Let's go over it. Some of the things that are going to happen aren't actually retained to us, but I do want you to be aware of them. First off, all non-boss enemies are removed from the map, and we don't have any of those except for this guy. So we're going to go ahead and remove him. Then we're going to go ahead and replenish our consumables. We're going to take our 2 chests and put them back out. Then we're going to go ahead and respawn all enemies related to a mission. Now, of course, if that guy had not been killed over here, he'd come back out because he's related to a mission. Then we're going to replenish all spawn points on the map. Now, we only have 3, and we would start respawning them equal to the closest person, which is technically me because somebody else is in the dream world. We're going to go ahead and put our other 2 players out here and here. That's all we have to replenish the board with enemies. Of course, we'd also have to heal our boss if they were out there, but he's not, so we'll not cover that until we actually find one.
We'll start that next hunter phase by each of us drawing 3 cards. The 3 that I have are a basic dodge, then I have my awesome dash, and I have a basic with the +1 damage.
I was able to grab a basic dodge, and 2 draw 1s. Who's more excited for their cards? Not me. Now, before we choose which one of us is going to go first, we also notice this. When the hunt track reaches the first red space, mark with an insight token and reveal card 15. So we're going to go ahead and place this on that red token area, and we're going to go ahead and reveal card number 15. It says Insight Mission, Blood-Starved Beast. The slow rasping of large claws on cobblestone is heard as a large beast, sinew and gaunt, emerges from the darkened alleyway. Bloodied flesh drapes its frame as dark ichor pours where it stands. Raising its head, it sniffs the air before letting out a thundering roar. The hunters are now being hunted. Reveal card 16, Spawn, the blood-starved beast, on the central lamp space. It is not removed on the red space, but will heal all its health. Complete this mission when the blood-starved beast enters phase 2. We're going to read card 17 at that point, but I am supposed to reveal card number 16. So let's go ahead and read it. It says, Blood-Starved Beast. The blood-starved beast moves and pursues 2 spaces. At the end of each round, it moves 3 spaces towards the nearest hunter with the lowest HP and attacks. Remove the blood-starved beast from the map when it enters phase 2. So all we have to do is get through phase 1. Should we take a look at that?
Yeah, you want to see the health on this guy?
Yeah, serious. Check it out. So this is all based on how many hunters you have. We're playing 2, so we actually have to do 13 damage to this guy. And as you saw from the card, it's going to pursue 2 spaces. So if we ever move away from it, it's going to pursue us as if it were moving 2 spaces. And then, of course, at the end of its turn, it's going to pursue us, or it's just going to move 3 spaces and attack. And it actually has its own attack deck. So this is what it's going to do. And we have no idea what's in store for us. So this is going to be absolutely awesome. So our blood-starved beast is right here. He's kind of got a weird looking face. He's draped in all that blood and ichor stuff. We're going to go ahead and put him right here on the central lamp space, and he is ready for action.
We're not.
We're not. We're going to try to take him down.
Well, our plans all stink, Bairnt. They all stink, but that's okay. We're hunters. So the first thing is I have to decide which side of my sheet I want to use for my trick weapon. I'm going to keep it at the same one where stagger can affect enemies at the same speed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move myself, or spawn, because I can spawn in one of the 2 lantern spaces. I'm going to spawn over here with that blood-starved beast. Then, with one of my cards, I'm going to use my dash here. I'm going to discard that to move 2 spaces. Unfortunately, he does pursue. Now, normally enemies only pursue by 1 space, but because he is a boss and he has a specific ability that states he moves or pursues 2 spaces, he's going to come with me. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and he's going to move into the same space as me and as Bairnt. Now, the advantage of doing that is because the enemies on the 2 tiles adjacent to this one, if I had stayed over there and attacked that boss, they would have activated and come in and very likely killed me. This way, we are not adjacent to those tiles, so they won't activate. So that is the reason we're doing this. Let's see if this works. Okay, so now we're going to do combat, and I think, let's do it. We're going to use our basic card here. You can see we're doing +1 damage. I'm going to go ahead and throw that onto my deadly thrust. So that's attacking for a total of 4 damage. So that is what I'm doing, but it's incredibly slow. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of the blood-starved beast cards, and let's see what we get. Oh, it's only dealing 2 damage. Oh, poison. Lunging slash. After this attack, okay, move the blood-starved beast 1 space away. If the hunter dodges this attack, they may move into the blood-starved beast space. And it's 2, so it's slightly faster, and of course it's going to poison me. Fortunately for me, I do have a dodge card. So what that means is I'm going to place it here so it's at the same speed as what he is playing. Then it's immediately going to be discarded, so I will not block that slash spot. I'm going to deal him 4 damage. He is going to deal me 2, which actually isn't terrible, and he's going to poison me. So I'm going to grab a poison token right here. And then what's going to happen is he's going to move 1 space north, and I'm going to follow right along with him. We'll go ahead and place the 4 out of 13, so we need to do 9 more points of damage. I'm going to leave that up to Bairnt. He can do that, no problem. So that's going to end my activation. Now, unfortunately, he is going to attack me, and you know, I have no cards left in my hand. Oh, you know what I could do, actually? Should I do it? Should I do it? Let's do it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just see if I can do 3 damage. I'm going to use my cannon, maybe use to make the following attack. I'm going to attack slow for 3 damage. Okay, I want to hit this guy. Let's see what he is going to do instead. Oh, he's going to deal me 3 damage, which still won't kill me. I'm already poisoned. If already poisoned, Hunter cannot dodge, and their attack deals -1 damage and loses stagger. Okay, so I'm not staggering. So I'm only going to deal him 2 damage. He's going to deal me 3, so I'll have 1 health left, which will mean that I'm very likely going to die. That's okay. And then he is going to take, instead of 3 damage, only 2. So that's going to put him at a total of 6 damage. But hey, that was still better than nothing. Now, he is going to attack me, and I have absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and flip this. And he's just going to deal me 4 damage. Cannot be dodged. If staggered, Hunter's attack deals +1. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. So I'll go ahead and take myself off of here. I'll put myself in the Hunter's Dream, and we're going to push up the tracker 1 space.
At the start of my turn, I have to take 1 damage because I am poisoned, which is going to be awesome when you're fighting a giant bloodthirsty beast. We're going to go ahead and discard this card to flip our board. Now, Colin was able to do 6 damage. Let's see if we can do even better. I don't think we can, but we'll give it our best shot. So we've gone ahead and flipped it. Now this is a little bit different. I have an ability here that now on attack, I may suffer up to 2 damage to deal that much in additional damage. So it pretty much means I could kill myself to do a ton of damage if I wanted to. But we're going to see how this goes. Sadly, the blood-starved beast didn't live up to our expectations. We were hoping to keep him right here and just start pounding on him, but sadly he did not. So I actually have to move to get there. Even though he's in the same tile, he's not in the same space. So I do have to move up there, and I'm actually going to discard my dodge card. Who am I kidding? I'm probably not going to be able to dodge anything this guy does. We're going to go ahead now and play our basic card and get to draw a card, and we're putting that in one of our empowered slams that does 3 damage but has a 1 speed. And we're going to see what card we drew. We found a basic one. Oh, if we can actually survive his attack, I might actually really be able to take this guy to town. We're going to see what he does now because we're moving at a 1 speed. He's moving at a 2 speed. That seems to be his MO, doesn't it? Yeah, he's got all 2 speeds in there. Poison. After this attack, move the blood-starved beast 1 space away from the hunter. This attack, they may move the barf. This is the exact same thing that he had. Lunging slash. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take 2 sad damage, bringing myself down to only 2 health. Then he is going to move over here, and my whole wheel is going to whack out at him, and he's not in the square, so I do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That was ridiculous. Really? Absolutely nothing. Wow, what an evil, evil beast. He is a jumpy little person. I'm not able to catch up to him. He's jumping like a frog. We're going to go ahead now with only 1 card left. I'm just going to go ahead. I know this might seem kind of weird, but I'm going to actually go to the Hunter's Dream. I'm going to use it to go there because I only have 2 health. I'm poisoned. He's going to come running at me and hit me, and we know all these probably are going to do more than 2 damage. So that's what we're going to do. Hunter's Dream, which is going to move our track up a couple, but that's okay. Let's go to the Hunter's Dream and check it out. Colin went to the Hunter's Dream, sadly, by dying, but it was for a good cause. I went there because I chickened out and didn't want to get killed, because I do actually have a blood echo. So I would like to spend this because Colin's already gotten a couple. I would like to get one myself. Looking at the row of cards we have here, we're going to go with Poised. I was really thinking of this cheap shot. We talked about it, but I think we're going to go with Poised. Poised looks really cool. I get to do 1 extra damage, and I can't suffer a stagger or stun. And you saw all my attacks seem to be going off at a slow speed. I got a slow wheel. All right, we're going to go ahead and take this card. And that's going to be what we grab from the upgrade deck. We're going to replace that one with something awesome for Colin. Bloodthirsty. Oh, he already has this. I want that. I want Bloodthirsty. All right, so we're going to put that there. Now that we've gained that card, we can now create our new deck. So you can never have more than 12, and I'm going to go ahead and discard this one when I create my deck because I really can't dodge very well anyway. So now I'm back to 12 cards, and we're going to mix those up and get ready for our next turn. But before we do, I'm just going to do all the other stuff. I'm going to grab my 6 health back. I am, of course, going to get rid of my poison, which I'm guaranteeing I'm about to get again, because everything seems to poison us in this game. And I believe that's all I have to do. Of course, I'm going to clear my board, and when we go into our actual turn, that's when I'll decide what side of the board I'm going to use. I bet you guys figure out which one it is. It's not too tough. I'm going to move this up because that's going to be the end of our turn. And moving into the next turn, we're going to draw our 3 cards and get ready to see if we can take down this blood-starved beast.
We'll go ahead and draw our 3 cards. My 3 are 2 basics with +1 damage and a dodge.
I was able to pick up stagger, dodge, and draw 1. Oh, guess who's got the better hand? It's not the guy with the wheel.
Well, it's not terrible, but let's be honest, the +1 damages might be really nice for me. So I think what I'm going to do is stay on my staggered, can affect enemies that attack at the same speed. And I'm going to go ahead and jump out of the Hunter's Dream, place myself right here. Then what I'm going to do is do my basic attack here of +1. I'm going to drop that onto my deadly thrust here, so I'm dealing a total of 4 damage, but I'm slower than molasses. So I'm attacking for 4 damage. We'll go ahead and draw this card, and let's see what we have. We have Poison Blast. Unless they dodge at a speed of 3, each hunter within 1 space suffers poison. If already poisoned, they suffer stagger and stun. Flip another boss action. Okay, I really don't want that, so I think what I'm going to do is I do have a dodge in my hand, and I can use it on my quick cut right here. So I'll place that here and then discard it. That's at a speed of 3. I just dodged that attack. Now what I'm going to do is take this deck, give it a good Bairnt shuffle, and let's see what we find. So instead, what he's going to do is he's going to crippling poison. Poison. If already poisoned, hunter cannot dodge and their attacks deal -1 and lose stagger. Ha! I'm not poisoned, but I am going to get poisoned. He's going to attack me for 3 damage, so I'll take 3 damage, but then I'm going to hit him for 4. However, now I am poisoned. So I'll take this poison marker, I will take 3 damage off of my sheet, and then I'm going to put 4 onto his sheet. So he now has a total of 10 damage out of 13. Well, this is the whole reason we got the antidote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 1 card and remove that poison. Now that's gone for the game. Can't use that again. But that does allow me to draw another card. Let's see what we get. Oh, we have our Bloodthirsty on kill, draw 1, heal 1. I'm totally going to take that one and use it. So what we're going to do, we only need to deal 2 damage. And you know what I have open? I have, oh, actually I need to do 3. Of course I need to do 3. What am I saying? I need to do 3 damage. Let's go ahead and place this here. We have a slash Bloodthirsty, that is 3 damage on kill, which supposedly this will kill him as long as nothing terrible happens. We could draw 1 and heal 1. So let's see what we can do. All right, 3 damage. Let's go ahead and draw his card. It's right here. Come on, don't be terrible, don't be terrible. We have poison. It says after this attack, move Bloodstarved 1 space away. Oh, but guess what? Guess what? We're at the same speed. So that means we will do this simultaneously. So even though he's going to move 1 space away, I'm going to kill him as he's moving 1 space away. So he's also going to poison me, which I'll take. I will also take 2 points of damage. So I'm down to 1 health, and I'm poisoned yet again. But with my +1 damage, I'm going to kill him. I'm also going to heal 1. And I'm going to draw 1. So I'm going to draw a card, and we get a stagger now. Wonderful. And I'm going to get a blood echo because we just defeated the boss. Normally, when you defeat a boss, you have to then move them to phase 2. However, according to our card here, it says, complete this mission when the Bloodstarved Beast enters phase 2, which is what's happening now. Read card 17. So we'll go ahead and grab card 17, which is right here, give it a flip, and it says, distribute 1 blood echo and the Carol rune, Eodin Writhe reward among the hunters. Okay, I'll have to look at that in a second. The creature lets out a shrill cry before bounding off, a trail of black blood in its wake. While you have encountered terrible creatures born of the beast plague, this one did not feel of similar origins. Could this be something altogether new? I sure as heck hope not. Let's look at what the Carol rune is and the Eodin Writhe is. So after reading this card, we believe that I would not have gained that blood echo when I defeated the boss's phase 1, because all we did is have him run away. But I would gain this blood echo. I could choose to give it to Bairnt, but I'm thinking of going to the Hunter's Dream right now, and so then I can use that to level up my deck. So I'm going to keep the blood echo, but this Carol rune, Eodin Writhe, look at this. On attack, attack gains stagger and may stagger attacks at the same speed. I already have that ability. So let's go ahead and give that to Bairnt. Bairnt will be able to use that. This is, you can use it, and then you'll have to refresh it by going to the Hunter's Dream. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and just use this card and jump into the Hunter's Dream. And we're going to use this Blood Echo. That also means that we'll be able to heal. I'll be able to refresh all of my cards. So let's go ahead and see what card we want to gain. First thing that happens when going to the Hunter's Dream is we're going to push this up by 1. We're now at the next red spot. That would mean that we'd remove all of the enemies and respawn them on the board. But we don't have to worry about that. There's just the 3 enemies out. We're going to leave them as is. Then I'm going to go ahead and level up. I'm going to go ahead and grab this Counter Strike. After dodging, I can deal 2 damage to that enemy. Sounds awesome. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to replace that card with another dodge, may transform weapon for free after after attack or dodge. Wow, that is really cool. I like that one. Now I have to choose a card to get rid of, so I've grabbed my entire deck, and I'm going to remove from the game this basic stagger. So I no longer have that in my deck, and instead I have the Counter Strike.
Since Colin was able to take out the boss single-handedly, I did nothing. Wow, the wheel has to show his support. So he's going to go ahead and put himself down on the board, and I'm going to choose to use this side again. On attacks may suffer 2 damage and up to 2 damage and deal that much in additional damage. Of course, it's still a 2-3-3 at a 2-1-1. That never changes. We're going to put that down, and I'm going to go ahead and move. We're going to use our stagger card to move because, well, honestly, I've got that ability, that ruined if I need to. We're going to go ahead and move 1, 2 to right here, so we are in with him. Now remember, we want to try to go ahead and help this character out. So we're going to take out that Scourge Beast, at least the best I can. So we're going to go ahead and play our basic draw 1 inside that empowered slam that does 3 damage. I do get to draw a card. We have found, oh look at that, where were you just a minute ago? We're going to go ahead and grab that. He gets to attack me though. Now we have taken the ability card out of the deck. There's only one of those. There's 2 specials and there's 3 basics. What is our evil creature doing? It's going to do a basic attack. That's going to be fantastic. It's only going to do 2, but it does come in at a speed 3, so there's nothing I can do about that. Unless I want to, well, no, I can't even dodge it. It's a 3 attack. I do have Evelyn. If I want to use Evelyn, I can go ahead and stagger a character attacking with a basic attack. And I think that's our best plan. We're going to go ahead and use Evelyn. So in order to get this back, I either have to spend a Blood Echo, discard a card, or go to the Hunter's Dream. So he's not going to hit me. I have staggered him, which means his attack doesn't actually go off. I'm now going to go ahead and deal my 3 damage, but remember, I'm able to suffer up to 2 wounds. I am going to suffer 1 wound because, of course, our Scourge Beast actually has 4 health, and I'm only doing 3 right now. So now I'm able to do 4 damage, being able to take this Scourge Beast out single-handedly. Ha, look, I can one-shot characters too. All right, we're going to put that Blood Echo right there and grab it. Now I've got a couple cards left. And remember, we have to do an interact action in order to go ahead and review or deal with that token. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and discard our dodge card because, like I said, I don't think I'm dodging anything. And we're going to interact with that card.
Because we've interacted with that hunter, we get to read card 4. You rush to the side of the fallen hunter. Though staggered and pained breaths, he speaks. They sent others. You must flee. The poison runs too deep. The district is lost. Get out. He chokes out before slumping over. We will not abandon our duty, however. We must find any remaining powder kegs and learn the extent of this outbreak. So we can end our move on the ransacked house tile. Now, what's cool about that is we've already found the ransacked house tile, so Bairnt can go and check that out, maybe.
We did so well last time.
Okay, that's true. We could just die again. We could also end a move on the graveyard tile, reveal card 8, or, and actually it's not an or, and at the bottom here it says complete the hunt, which will mean we'll complete our first part of the campaign at the end of a round when you collect at least hunters, which is 2, because we're playing with 2, plus 1, so that's a total of 3 insight, and then we'll reveal card 5.
This is a great time to talk about insight. We actually already have 2 insight tokens. We were able to complete our insight token, Infected Townsfolk, and our insight mission, Blood-Starved Beast. Having completed both of those, we're going to go ahead and grab a couple of these tokens, just put them in the Hunter's Dream to remind us. Now, of course, according to our end, as Colin said, we'll complete the hunt when we collect 2 + 1 insight tokens. We're going to reveal card 5. I believe that's going to complete it because it says complete the hunt. So that's my guess. So really, we only have to get to that ransacked house and deal with whatever is in there, potentially gaining our last insight token. Otherwise, we have to explore the rest of this map, looking for something else that will give us an insight mission or an insight token. At this point, though, I'm actually going to use my basic card to join Colin in the Hunter's Dream. I know, we just love to dream. You know, when you have kids, you just love to sleep whenever you can. So we're just going to go ahead and go up here and go to sleep. We're going to go ahead, push our track up 1 yet again. I know it seems like we're getting closer and closer up there, but we're hoping that that house will probably be the end. We're hopefully hoping, otherwise this is going to be a real short trip. We're going to go ahead and grab a card. I think we're going to grab our Bloodthirsty here because this is cool. The Leaping seems pretty awesome as well, but on kill, drawing and healing a card is going to be fantastic. So actually what I'm going to do is then go through my deck and decide to get rid of one of these draw 1 basic cards, mainly because I'm hoping that that will actually get me the card I need. Of course, I should have put the upgrade card out there before I decided that, but let's see what we get. Swift. you get to do +1 damage, and you gain +1 speed. Oh, guess who needs speed on their attacks? That's right, the guy with the wheel. Both of us have activated. I'm going to go ahead and move this up 1. Now, of course, the monsters would activate at this time, but they're not really going to do that because there's nothing on the board to activate. We're both sleeping.
We've drawn up for the next round, and what I have is my cool dodge, a basic stagger, and a basic +1 damage.
I was able to grab a basic stagger, dodge, and +1 to my damage, so actually it's not too bad. It's time to continue on my terror with my wheel. I'm going to put him down here, and we're going to go ahead and move. We're going to use our stagger card to move 2 spaces, and we're going to jump right into here. Now, of course, moving in here now signifies the end of my movement. End a move on ransacked house tile. Reveal card 6. Do not discard this card. So we are going to keep that up there at the hunt mission, and we're going to reveal card number 6. It is an insight mission. Oh, if we can defeat this, this is it. Den of the Infected. Oh, it doesn't sound like a good place. A troublesome silence fills the dark house. As you explore, you hear the dragging of feet and low moans. From every corner, staggering infected shuffle out of the shadows. Oh no. Surround the ramshackled house tile with fog gates. Spawn 2 male beast patients and a female beast patients instead of the usual enemies. Complete this mission with no enemies remaining on the ransacked house tile to reveal card 7. All right, so from what I understand, that means we're going to actually remove these 2 characters and actually put in new characters. We're going to put in 2 male beast patients, and we're also going to put in a female beast patient. And we're going to surround the ransacked house tile with fog. So here they are. They're right there. And I'm going to grab a fog token. I mean, I'm stuck. I can't get out. But you know what? That's going to be okay because, well, I went there in the first place. There must be a reason. With our 3 enemies on the board, they only have 3 health each, so I have to choose which one to attack. I think we're going to have to have female beast patient first. That's going to be our plan. And I'm going to go ahead and use my bash here at a 2 because I do have that +1. And since they all have only 3 health, that should be enough to take her out. We're going to go ahead and see what she does. Now, of course, we got rid of the other 2 enemies that were already here because when the fog gate closes, we're supposed to spawn these in. I believe that's how it works. If it's not, please let me know in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead now and see what she does. She is able to do a special attack on me. So her special attack is absolutely terrible. It's going to do 3 damage, poison, stun, and it cannot be dodged. Oh, I can't dodge that attack. Oh, that's too bad. But check it out. I can stagger it on attack. Attack gains stagger and may stagger attacks of the same speed. So I'm going to stagger that second arrow attack with my medium attack. Oh, it says, Wither acknowledges the visceral attacks as one of the darker hunter techniques. Sweet, there's my hunter technique. Pow! We were able to stagger her. She's going to take 3 damage and she's going to go down. I'm going to go ahead and grab a blood echo because of that. I still have another attack. I wonder if I should do it. I think we should. I'm going to see if I can take out another guy. I'm going to use this just as a basic attack. And I'm going to clear it then because that's what you do. And it's going to, of course, going to go in my slam area because that's really all I have. I can either go in that or my other slam area. I got 2 slam areas. Let's see what he's able to do to me. This one right here is going to attack me, and it's going to get its basic attack. Oh, things are going perfect this time. It's amazing. Things all, you know, it's so much better this as we're playing now as opposed to the very beginning of the game when nothing went my way. I'm going to go ahead, and the enemy makes a basic attack, automatically stagger the enemy. I was able to refresh this because we did go to the Hunter's Dream. Now I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. I'm going to grab another Blood Echo because I'm going to do 3 damage to him as well because of our slam, killing him off. We're only down to 1 enemy, and he is going to be able to attack me back because, well, I'm out of cards. So let's see what he does. He's going to go ahead and activate, and he's going to hit me with a special attack. So his special attack states 2 damage. If Beast Patient is killed, unless it was staggered, Hunter suffers 2 damage and poison. Well, I didn't kill him. He just attacked me. So I'm going to take 2 damage. That's totally fine. Now, of course, each of those attacks, I could have healed one because of my card, but I actually didn't take any damage, so there's no reason to heal.
Now it's my turn to have some fun. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn myself right over here, wake up from that dream. I'm then going to use my basic stagger here. I will discard it to move 2, running into the same room. Now this might seem a little crazy, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to discard the dash card here, and I'm going to pick up these 2 consumables. By doing that, though, I'm going to get, this enemy, I should say, is going to get an attack of opportunity on me, which we'll do in just a second. But first, let's go ahead and see what we gained. We have, refresh a firearm, beautiful. And we have a Hunter's Turn. I can move 2 spaces because of a blue elixir. Cool. And what's nice is that after this chapter, when we move to the next chapter, I can actually share some of those with Bairnt. So it's kind of what I was hoping for. Now though, of course, he's going to attack me, and technically he should have attacked me first, but we'll just do it this way. Yeah, he's doing his basic attack. If we look at him, his basic attack is 2 straight damage. So I'll go from 6 health down to 4. But with that, what I will then do is I will use my cannon here for 3 damage, and that will kill him. Unfortunately though, he is going to have to do something. Hopefully it's not bad. Let's go ahead and do our Bairnt shuffle. Come on, be the basic. If it's the basic, we're not bad. We have no problems. I'm gonna go ahead and flip a basic. Beautiful. So he's gonna deal me 2 more damage. That means I will have a total of 2 health remaining. But with the 2 health remaining, I use my cannon, blow him up for 3, and that's going to end this fight. I'm also going to gain 1 blood echo for taking him out. Since we cleared out the infected, we will gain our 3rd insight token, and that's exactly what we need to complete the hunt. That means we'll read card 5. Let's go ahead and see what we have. We have the Old Yarnum Overrun. Distribute 1 consumable and the Ludwig rifle firearm among the hunters. How could the district have fallen so far without us knowing? The powder kegs sent here have been massacred and the hamlet is overrun by beasts. But worse still, the infected do not bear the usual signs of the sickness. Is this a new type of plague? Our Ludwig rifle right here is awesome. When an enemy moves into your space, oh yeah, just deal 2 damage to him. And then our random consumable that we have the Bold Hunter's Mark. Teleport your hunter to any purple space.
Having completed this chapter of the campaign, before we move to the next campaign, we are allowed to go to the Hunter's Dream and spend our blood echoes. I've got 2, Colin has 1. I'm gonna go ahead first and grab Swift. This thing's gonna be awesome. I can do +1 damage and my attack goes at +1. So instead of all those slams and stuff going at speed 1, they'll at least go at speed 2 now, which might actually help me. I am gonna refresh that one. We're gonna see what we get. We got another leaping, which I actually might take as my 2nd one. It's not a bad idea. Now I could dodge to transfer my weapon for a free after the attack or dodge. I don't know. And the stagger, I'm not too worried about stagger. Like I said, Colin's way better at the staggering thing than I am. I think I'm going to grab one of these leapings because that sounds pretty cool to be able to move and attack. So that's going to be the 2 I'm going to grab. Now we're going to put the 3rd one out there, and it's another Swift card. Oh, I don't know. That's a pretty tough choice there, Colin.
Looking at the cards here, it's kind of a no-brainer. We're going to go ahead and grab the Swift card, and then we have to choose which cards we're going to remove from our decks.
So to put those 2 in my deck, I've decided to get rid of 2 staggers. Again, who am I kidding? I'm not staggering anybody.
And that's funny because I'm going to get rid of 1 stagger.
There you have it. That's it. We completed our first chapter in Bloodborne, the board game. Oh, this game is actually really cool. I'm really excited for how this game plays. Colin and I both agree that the card mechanics are really neat. We also love the way those trick weapons flip back and forth. We think that's really cool. This game has a lot of things going for it that really make it stand out. I'm excited to push through into Chapter 2 to see what actually befalls our great hunters. This has been a lot of fun. Of course, Wheel needs a little bit of work, but that's okay. We upgraded our deck to hopefully help out with some of his speed, so this is going to be a lot of fun moving forward. I'm really excited in the way that this game actually progresses your characters with all those new skills and stuff that they're going to be able to get as they go through the game. We're going to be moving into Chapter 2. Hopefully you will join us for that great adventure as it continues. Now, don't forget, if you did enjoy the playthrough, like, subscribe, hit that bell symbol. Also, please read the description of this video. We have a lot of things going on. We have a Discord server. We also have a sister channel called One Stop Streamed, where we stream games that you can go ahead and watch instead of the pre-recorded stuff that we do on the channel normally. I would really encourage you to check those things out. Thank you again so much for watching. And if you are ready to see if our characters can take on Chapter 2, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.